Hello, welcome to the tutorial for today. So we are going to talk about variables. So last time we talked about the number data type, like it is called integer and float. That's the two data types that Python have mainly. It has like bin, binary, there's octal numbers, and it has hexadecimals also, but we don't want to go into them though. So today we are going to talk about variables. So what's a variables? You might be familiar in mathematics, so some of them didn't have her. So I'm going to talk about variables can have any values inside of it. It's just actually alphabet which actually represent a value, and that alphabet can have any value. It's not a constant. So you can give like you can call a alphabet called x, and we can assign it a value called 1. And if we do a mathematical operation, along with that, I just gonna do a y is equal to 2, and it actually assign another variable to. We can add these two variables in mathematics. You can do so as well as in the Python too. So x plus y is going to be 1 plus 2. So we can add both of these operations, and we can do any arithmetic operation between two variables like x minus y. Last time we did with numbers, this time we are going to do with like we are going to do it with variables, but this is same as what we do with numbers. But variables has is a different thing. It cannot only have numbers, it can have any values, it can have characters, but we are not going to talk about characters in this lesson. Maybe in future, or maybe in the next class, it would be about how to do with characters. So many operations are there for characters. You can do like powering it sometimes. You cannot actually minus, or we can plus it. We call it concatenation. So we're going to talk about it in the strings lesson, characters. So we can do any operations in these variables. So I think this doesn't needs a lot of introduction. We can use any number of variables, but if we did assign a variable, it is stored in the memory. We can use it anywhere in the program. In future, if we finish like 100 lines of code, you can just actually like print x, and this value just didn't change inside the 100 lines of code. The value remains the same, and this value is stored in the memory. So if you have a lot of variables, sometimes you run out of memory. You should never use variables without any use. If something is needed to be executed twice or thrice, like thrice is the best thing, you need to do a variable so that you don't have to give the number again and again. So we can get to the programming session. Before that, I got a question like in the last session we do arithmetic operations. So in what order does this follows? If you have like, can we do a lot of operations in single line, like 1 into 2 minus 3, like divided by 5 power 4, this one 5 percentage 10. You can do any kind of operation though. How does it follows this thing in this case? So in this case, Python follows a rule called Pemdas. It means it actually takes a parenthesis. If you have a parenthesis, it will first execute parenthesis, then exponential, like this one where we did exponential. You can cancel this one as exponential. Sorry, and this I will execute the next one, then the multiplication, then the division, then the addition, then subtraction. So it will follow this rule, PEMDAS. So yeah, that's the main thing. So I gonna do this lesson, I gonna do in that way. Yeah, this is the program to learn variables. Yeah, variables. That doesn't means. So I'm gonna write a variable called num1. There are certain conditions for writing a variable. It should never start with a number. It should never start with a number. Now, one num is not possible. Any symbols are not possible. Like you cannot add except the underscore one. You can add underscore one, or the symbol are invalid for a variable. So certain conditions are required. You can use the print variable, but it's not a good thing. It can actually cause us some error if you don't if you call a print statement in future. It might cause a lot of errors. So try not to use the function names as variable names. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna call a new variable called num1, and we can assign a value to it. You can have a string here like we did, and we can have like inside this one, but we are not going to do in that format. Today we are going to talk in integers. So I give you a num1 as 1 and num2 as 5. And today I'm going to do the whole operations we last learned in a single line. I call print. Okay, can we start? Yeah, num1. You can call anything like divided by 5, divided by 6, exponential 8, like minus 4 plus this one minus 8, star 7 plus 7. This I say every single thing in this one, and divided by 2, integer divided by 7, then I can do 15. All these things I think I did all of them. I can give as some parentheses too. Yeah, here, then here, not here, this one. Yeah, this one. Oh, sorry, should never key like that. So we follow this one. This print bracket is also closed, so we can run this one. So I'm going to say one thing. Oh, I never used the num2, so we can do this thing divided by num2. I can give a parenthesis here. I can do several operations here. Divided by 8 exponential 9 minus 9 divided by 7 plus 8. We don't need to, like we can give here yeah, we did. So we did closed this bracket. Yeah, we closed this bracket. So we finished this program. So what it actually does is that it takes this number, and when we do this one here, it assigns this value as 1. So do all this operation in the Pemdas format, and after that it does all this operation on the num2, and after finishing all these two, it actually divides the whole of them. Okay, that we're going to do. So we're going to run the program. You can see this value is like 68.1299696, something like that. So you can do any kind of operation. It's actually going to follow the Pemdas rule. You can assign any number of variables like num3 is equal to 5. You should give this equal to sign. Okay, 5 is the num3 has a value called 5, like that. So how is equal to 8? But you can never give new. Now it's gonna be 8. If you do this one, or like 5 star now is equal to 8 9 or something like that, if we do this one, we're gonna cause an error. Yeah, see this one, invalid decimal literal. It doesn't give more information about what the error is, but you should ever know that it's an error. You should never give. So when we do, we give a symbol, yeah, sign an expression. Sorry about it. Okay, I'm gonna give here like this one. Oh, it says that it is a start assignment. You will be learning what is start assignment, all these things. So that's it for today. So if you have any questions, yeah, try to contact me. And after this tutorial, I will be posting all these files in a GitHub page soon. Thank you.